Alrighty guys, basically test driving today a Ford F150 STX model. It has the two doors, got some cargo space in the back there. That mirror needs to come out. So, is this thing in manual mode? What the fuck? Was the parking brake on? No, okay. This is definitely a different sensation, something different for you guys. So this is a V6 3.7 liter, 302 horsepower, 285 foot-pounds of ground grinding torque. Short box, two-seater. And this feels actually really fucking good. You're probably noticing a huge crack on the windscreen. And basically they said if I decide to go with this, that they would go ahead and replace the windscreen for me. It's also going to need a front end alignment because she is pulling a bit towards the curb. That much I can tell. There's some weird shit going on with the interior here, and I'll show you that there in a bit. Having that mirror folded in like that is a major problem. I don't know if you noticed that over there, but I'm only doing 50 kilometers an hour right now, sitting at what, 1100 RPMs. Not too bad, not too bad. It says oil change required, so, and we're in 5th gear. That's pretty neat. Very basic dash. There was another one I wanted to take out today too, and it had the 5-liter V8, but apparently that one sold because Church and them were like, oh dude, definitely try out the V8 because, you know, the V8's better and it's bigger and blah blah blah. But honestly, I always wanted the 6 with the short bed, small box. How the fuck do I adjust these mirrors? I guess I'll just duck for now. I really want to let her rip, but kind of can't. That's something I definitely need to get used to. The brakes on it are fucking fantastic, boys. Stopping power 4 days. It's always my concern with a used vehicle. Are the brakes any good? Now you're probably saying, Adam, why are you considering a Ford F-150 over, say, a Chevy Silverado or a Dodge Ram? Here, you know what? Let's pull into this parking lot for the abandoned liquor store and we'll get out and take a good look at her. Now that we're in the open here. How much gas do we have? Okay, let's go ahead and shut her down. Find the keys. Now, it doesn't have keyless entry. It's just manual turn the key to enter it. Very basic vehicle, that's a given. It's got 4x4 over here. I don't know if I'm showing you that. It's got a 12-volt accessory here, 12-volt accessory here. It's got the sync thing for your radio, MP3 loading, decoding. I don't know what these do. No idea. We'll have to find out about those. That's the airbag, glove box. It's a little dirty inside. He said they cleaned it up. This folds up, gives you a second seat if you need it. Little cup holders down there. Very, very basic. Very, very basic. Let's go show you the outside of it real quick. So it's got some scratches on it. I'm probably going to see about talking them down on the price. And there is a story on this vehicle, or on why I'm looking at this. There's some scratches back here. I don't know if the camera's picking those up. Might be able to buff those out. 17-inch wheels, running boards, very basic, 2-door, short box, exactly what I'm looking for. So that's a pretty good little whip. I really like it. I think it's nice, very basic, exactly what I need to get the job done, but they want a lot more than I'm willing to pay for it. So that's where we got to do some wheeling and dealing and some haggling. So there you go. I'm in no rush to get a new vehicle, but it would be nice to get a truck to replace the G6. All right, let's oh shit, let's go fucking fix that mirror prior to doing this. There we go. Now we can see when we're passing people. Definitely handles a lot weirder than the car, but all in all, she's pretty damn good. I just really wanted to unload one on her. See how she took off. But yeah, she's got the 6-speed transmission, and all in all, she feels pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to take it back, talk to the guy about pricing, see what kind of wheeling and dealing he wants to do, and you guys will find that out later. Alright, peace. I didn't even make it back to the dealership when this thing here started making a sound of metal dragging on the ground, and I wasn't able to find out where the hell the sound was coming from. It sounded like the front end, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to the drawing board with this one, boys. This truck is a potato. Oh well, plenty of time. Alright guys, sorry for the view. I don't know what you're looking at right now, probably a lot of headliner. Let's go home. Let me give you a little rundown on why I'm test driving and why my videos coming up are going to be all about test driving as I find new vehicles that potentially interest me. Yes, I'm leaving the McDonald's parking lot. That's the dealership over there that I just came from. And the problem is they got so much freaking inventory, got no room for customers to park their shit. So sometimes you got to improvise and park at the Mackers. And then just to make them happy, you buy a soda. That's right, you buy yourself a fucking soda. Just so it looks like you used a parking lot and you're a paying customer. Even if that payment was only $1. Fuck it. Anyway, that truck, oh my god. So I got to the mall, right? I told you about metal falling off of it and stuff and how sketch bag it was. Well, that's not where it ended. I get to the road to turn into the friggin' dealership, and the fucking truck dies. I mean, dead as a doornail, will not start. Turn it over, nothing. So it's either A, battery terminal, B, the battery, or C, something catastrophic under the hood. You know what? Not my problem, not my truck. So the dealer and I basically pushed it back to where it was, and he's like, what happened to it? I'm like, dude, I have no idea. I drove it down, I stopped off at the old liquor store on Marshall. I got out and took a better look at it because the parking lot was empty, so I got out and looked it over to see, you know, cosmetically what it looked like. I said, yeah, it scratched the shit. And he's like, oh yeah, we take care of that. We'll be giving her a full cleaning, polish and wax and polish and everything. It'll look a lot better than what it is now. He's like, what those are is just surface scrapes, they'll buff out. And I was like, all right, well, whatever. I said, but then on the way back, I had this horrible metal on the ground grinding sound. Sounded like I was dragging a skid pan, or that heat shielding shit they put on mufflers. And he right away went to the brakes and said, no, look at the rotors. The rotors are fucked. Like, they're shot. We're going to have to do a full brake service on this here before it even leaves the shop. And I was like, okay, cool. But the fact that it died, like, I don't know, I knew I wanted this car when I bought it, and this car was good to me. I might dog on it a lot on the videos and call it the shitmobile and the blue turd and the denim turd. But this fucking thing, I could probably easily get another year out of this pile. Now you're probably saying, Adam, why are you so gung-ho to buy a new car? Well, in a way I'm not, but in a way I am. Okay, here's the reason. Number one, I just did my income tax. I'm getting a nice lump back, which is gonna make for a decent down payment. Number two is I saw that truck online, and they wanted 20 grand for it. You know, for a V6 short bed, standard cab. You know, it's not like the fucking car trucks, as I like to call them, the Ford, like, which is past us right there, or what's in front of us right there, or what's sitting right there in the intersection, you know, where it's like a fucking four-door car, but with a bed of a truck on it. Holy fuck, bud, can you take your lane there? Jesus Christ. But, you know, it's just a truck. It's two-door fucking utility truck. Short bed, short box, whatever you want to call it. 6.5 foot bed on a two-door cab. That's what I want for a truck. And I saw that and I was like, holy fuck, 20 grand, decent. Because, see, on Friday I went over to my parents' house for Easter. And then Dad dropped the ball on me and my brother. Basically, he bought himself a new vehicle. Dad is no longer driving a 2010 Chevy Impala. He is now cruising around town in a 2017 Ford Edge. That's right, people. Dad went and became a Ford member. He went and bought himself a 2017 Ford Edge SEL, fully fucking loaded. The thing's got every bell and whistle known to man. And Ford only wanted to give him 5 grand for the Impala. Dad wasn't having that. The Impala only had like 48,000 kilometers on it. Yeah, it's been in a couple benders. Like, he's wrapped it around a truck a couple times and other things. But, you know, it's all the body work's been done and it's been fine. Like, the car's a great rolling car. They wanted to give him 5 grand for it. He said no. So instead, what he decided to do was he decided to give it to my brother. And the reason why he did that was because my brother drives a 2000 and I want to say 8. It could be a 9, maybe a 7. I don't know. Anyway, it's a Pontiac Montana van. And when you think the dilapidated blue turd is having problems, well, you haven't seen problems until you've seen that van. My goodness. Okay, number one, it overheats regardless. Like, something's wrong with the cooling system. It will not maintain cooling. It overheats all the time. You gotta pull over. You gotta let it cool down. He's brought it to rad shops. He's brought it to mechanics. He's had it worked on. Many, many dollars spent on it. Problem still exists. Nobody can find the problem. He's already on his second engine for the pile. The body work on my G6 looks mint compared to the rust on his van. Okay? And he's also toting around my niece in this van. So it's not exactly the safest vehicle out there. He's got speed wheel bearing problems. He's got a steering rack problem. He's got problems galore. Like, a lot of the problems I'm having with this car, he's having with his as well. But he's got a lot more. So Dad said, fuck it. You know what? Here, you can have the car. He gave my brother his old Impala, which is great. Now my niece will be safe when they're out bombing around. So on and so forth. Cool. But Dad kind of felt bad for old Skivens. He was like I didn't even make a fuss. Like, I didn't want his car, to be honest with you. I've always wanted a pickup for my next vehicle. I've told you guys that countless fucking times, that my next vehicle is going to be a pickup. That's what I want. When I told Dad that I was looking at this pickup, I said, well, that's cool. I said, I'm going to be going out on Monday well, originally it was going to be Saturday, but they were closed. So I decided to make it Monday to look at a pickup truck. And Dad's like, well, tell you what I'll do. He's like, you don't have to buy anything right now, but when you're ready to make your move on a vehicle, I'll give you 5 grand for the down payment to reduce your monthly payments. So with my income tax and the down payment and whatever the fuck they give me for this polished turd, I should have over, well, I should easily be sitting in the 10 grand down payment territory. And now you can do the math and try and figure out how much I'm getting from income tax. There you go. So yeah, I'm getting a boatload back from the Gov. And originally I was just going to use that for the down payment, but then Dad dropped on me the extra $5,000. And on top of that, the whatever they give me for the polished turd here. But that truck I test drove today will not be the new vehicle. But stay tuned, guys, and let me know if you want to see more of these test drive videos. I know I didn't take the Ford out for long, but it was scaring me the way it was acting. That, and it was shifting really weird. At one point in the drive, it was jumping between third gear and fourth gear, like a lot, like flip-flopping back and forth, kind of like double Dutch skipping, if you know what I mean. Like, you're on the left, you're on the right, you're on the left, you're on the right. And the front end felt kind of sloppy too, but that could just be a truck thing that I'm not used to, because I haven't driven a truck since my '89 Sierra. But other than that, like, it's a shame, man, because I really had my hopes set on that truck, and it turned out to be exactly what it was, a dilapidated turd. The blue turd, if you would. So because of that, obviously decline the offer, and we'll keep hunting. Now, over there is a Dodge dealership, and I know they have a vehicle, but the fuel mileage on it's going to be atrocious. It's a 2000 and some fucking thing, Dodge Ram Tradesman. That's right, the Tradesman. 2 doors, 8-foot box, 4x4, 5.7 liter fucking Hemi under the hood. You know damn well that son of a bitch is going to pass everything but a gas station. So they got that beast over there. Same price as the blue turd. Same features, crank windows, fucking no locks, no power entry, nothing. Just straight up work truck. Big bed, 8-foot, fuck yeah. It'd be exactly the same as the Sierra, except for the fuel economy will be a hell of a lot worse. So, I was thinking about maybe one day taking that out for a rip, but I'm not too shabby on Dodge myself, because they do have that problem right now that they haven't fixed. With the rear transfer case, apparently there's some fucking bolt issue that when the bolt goes, so does your rear end, and you can consider your life goodbye. But anyway, I'm going to end this here, people. Let me know what you think of this series of Skivens Tries to Buy a New Vehicle. The original battle plan was to make this here a... I was going to make a series out of this. Not a series, but an actual full-length feature, and try and do some proper editing. But then I realized that takes a lot of time. And I don't want to spend a lot of time making videos these days. I just kind of want to have fun and fuck around, which is why you're getting a from the forehead GoPro shot that probably looks like ass. But anyway, people, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, people, peace the frig out.